See. Also, Emma's saying, please don't get mad at me. I'm quoting you. Yeah, I do have a fat ass. This is not, it's mine. It's attached to me. I know about it. That's right. Based on all the comments specifically about my ass on the other podcast curling clip, it looks like you guys are just now finding this out. Here's the behind the scenes clip. First of all, I'm fully squatted down. Okay. Exposed. Also, why does it zoom in directly on my ass? I looked at my husband while this clip was playing because I thought to myself, this man is fighting for his life. Jason was trying his very hardest to not say something about my butt. He succeeded. But yeah, guys, I'm wearing gray pants. They're snug as a bug in a rug. I don't know what to tell you. The comments on this were interesting. Greensburg 74 said, Kylie wins the glutes competition by a mile. You're darn tootin', I do. My husband has a chicken ass. I tell him all the time. Kenna Confetti said, cameraman doing the Lord's work. I mean, it's hard when it's the size of the earth, okay? They are my shoes. Aren't they cool? They're kind of like rainbow shoes. You can look in the other boxes and see if there's rainbow shoes. Go ahead. Get in there, girl. I'm not going to put them on right now because I'm in the middle of doing something, but I appreciate you laying them out for me. Can you take the other ones out and see if there's anything in there? Yep, we're going to hear rustling. Tiff, that's okay. At AGL with Kylie, girl, that booty should be illegal. This is so ridiculous. Here's what I have to say about me being caked up, okay? I was a field hockey player, period. Seriously, though, for those of you who have not watched field hockey or thank you so much, or thought too much about field hockey, we play an entire game, 60 minutes of gameplay. That would be great. Thanks so much. We play, this is going to be absolutely feral. We play 60 minutes of a game in a completely squatted position. I'd say it's probably 50-50. 50% anatomy, 50% the sport I played since I was in second grade. Hey, Miss Mouse, can you go in the other room and play with your tea set maybe and your baby? I kid you not, for 45 minutes straight earlier, I was like, hey, do you want to play with me? Hey, do you want to play with me? And she was like, no, I'm over here playing with my baby. Guys, I wasn't trying to put my ass on display, okay? I wasn't trying to do that. I was trying to mind my own business and learn how to curl, okay? You caught me in gray pants that are skin tight because your girl's got a couple extra on since I just gave birth 9 months ago. Can you lay off? God. To be fair, I'm proud of her. She always has my back. I said it. But also, make sure you support this awesome sport, okay? You can watch our special curling FAFO episode on February 3rd on YouTube. Okay, now that that's behind us, you see what you did there? Back to today's agenda. Coming up on today's episode, I'm getting in on the 2016 throwback trend. I'm going to get honest about some of the most ridiculous photos Queen Emma scoured the internet to find and promptly put it in our rundown. After that, I'm going to be joined right here by the WNBA Rookie of the Year, former #1 overall pick, the star of the Dallas Wings, and Unrivaled's Breeze.
Prepared her for the news that would drop like a thunderbolt on an otherwise ordinary afternoon. She'd spent the morning wrangling her daughters and texting Travis about his latest game, half distracted by a pile of wedding magazines and color swatches spread across the table. The house was awash in anticipation. The entire Kelce clan buzzed with excitement over the upcoming wedding, the one that promised to unite not just two people, but two worlds. There was Travis, the charismatic tight end whose every move seemed to make headlines, and there was Taylor Swift, a living legend, a woman who had, against all odds, become not just his partner, but part of their family. For months, Kylie had witnessed a love story that seemed pulled from the pages of a novel. Taylor was funny and warm, surprisingly down to earth, and she'd slipped into Kelce family gatherings with disarming ease. Kylie had grown to admire her, how she sang lullabies to the kids, how she let her guard down just enough to show her true self. Wedding plans had become an almost sacred ritual. Secret group chats, late-night calls about seating charts, and, of course, a shared playlist with Taylor's handwritten notes in the margins. So when Taylor herself called one afternoon and asked to come over, Kylie had no inkling that reality was about to change forever. Taylor arrived with a bottle of wine and a hesitant smile, her eyes shadowed with something Kylie couldn't place. They sat at the kitchen table, the air charged with unspoken words. For a while, Taylor danced around the subject, talking about her tour, the madness of tabloids, the weight of expectation. Then, as if exhaling a truth she could no longer hold, Taylor said it. "I can't marry Travis. The wedding's off." The world seemed to slow, every sound in the house receding into silence. Kylie stared, unable to process the words. The wedding was the anchor, the event everyone was moving toward. Without it, what would happen to all those plans, those dreams? Taylor's hands shook as she tried to explain. It wasn't about Travis, she insisted. She loved him. But somewhere along the way, the spotlight had gotten brighter, the pressure heavier. Every detail of their relationship, what they ate, where they went, even how they looked at one another, was dissected by millions. Taylor confessed that she felt herself fading into a version of herself built for public consumption, not for real love. She'd tried to fight it. Travis had tried too. But love, she said, can't thrive when it's being lived for everyone except the people in it. Kylie listened, torn between heartbreak and a surprising sense of understanding. She thought of her own life with Jason, the way they carved out private moments amid the chaos. Maybe that was a secret, protecting the parts of love that were just for them. But how could Travis and Taylor ever do that, when even their silences made news? The family took the news hard. Travis was devastated, but he respected Taylor's decision. He retreated into training, drowning heartbreak in routine. Jason tried to keep spirits up, but even he couldn't hide his disappointment. The girls asked where Aunt Taylor had gone, and Kylie struggled to find the right words. Then came the wave. News of the canceled wedding broke across the internet like a tidal surge. Rumors swirled, some cruel, some wistful. Fans who had plotted every detail of the ceremony on social media now filled timelines with theories and tributes. For a while, it felt like the whole world was holding its breath, waiting for the next chapter. Taylor retreated from the public eye, surfacing only in the lyrics of new songs, aching, beautiful, and full of hard-won wisdom. Travis handled the attention with a mix of grace and grit, never revealing more than he wanted to. Kylie watched him rebuild, watched Taylor step into her music, and realized that sometimes the most honest endings aren't the ones we want, but the ones we need. In the aftermath, the Kelce family drew together. There were long, honest conversations, nights spent reminiscing, and a quiet commitment to keep moving forward. Kylie looked at the remnants of wedding plans, the invitations never sent, the dress never worn, and felt a strange gratitude. She'd seen a love story so real that it couldn't survive on fantasy alone. She'd seen two people brave enough to choose themselves, even when the world wanted a fairy tale. And in the quiet that followed, Kylie found herself inspired. Life would go on, new stories would begin, and somewhere in the distance, the possibility of happiness remained, waiting to be discovered on its own terms, away from the spotlight.